Yo, welcome back to What's the Word. Today we got Stephen A. Smith, who was called out today on First Take about his lousy take on Giannis's career. Let's first hear what Stephen A. said to make someone have to check him live on TV.
What's one word you would use to describe Giannis's career if he doesn't win another title?
Underachiever. Underachiever. I'm going to tell you why. It's one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Over the last 4 years, minimum 200 games, Giannis, second in the league, 30.4 points per game. Fifth in the league, 11.7 rebounds per game. Fifth among qualifiers at 58% from the field. And 9 All-NBA selections in his career, 9 All-Star selections, and top 10 finishes in league MVP voting 9 times. And he has more of that than postseason series wins. That's unacceptable.
How can you call a man an underachiever after you listed all of those accolades? To say one ring plus all of his individual accolades aren't enough is crazy. There's plenty of greats that never won one ring and still had successful careers. But those comments wouldn't only just frustrate me. Jay Williams also took offense to those comments and he took the opportunity to let Stephen A know how he felt about what he said.
I think we really need to do a better job of reframing some of these conversations, right? And if you were to say that the franchise, the Milwaukee Bucks, have underachieved or are the biggest underachievers with the talent of Giannis, fair. But a guy who has a 50-point closeout game, a guy who's never chased any of these dream team scenarios, a guy who is a finals MVP, a guy who's a multi-time All-Star, All-NBA, all everything, global face of the game. The fact that he brought an NBA championship to Milwaukee in the midst of the fire that he did. To call him an underachiever, I just think is an asinine comment. Because then if we go through history, we're calling a lot of these other great players who have won one NBA championship, which, by the way, you know how hard it is to win a championship?
Jay Will basically said what I said. How can you disrespect someone like that with that kind of resume? We just discussed in my previous video about how Stephen A down talks players, but no one can question him. Let's take a look at what his response was.
I'm entitled to call your take asinine. A matter of fact, it's a bit worse than that because you're ill-informed, because clearly you didn't listen to what I had to say. Maybe you were stuck in traffic. Maybe you were negotiating another business deal. Maybe you were doing another one of your shows because you are a very, very busy and successful man, but you didn't listen to my full take. I specifically stated that Giannis is one of the greatest players to have ever lived. Giannis is phenomenal. Giannis is going to go down as one of the all-time greats. But when you're that great, and you have one championship on your resume, people are not going to look at you the same. Perfect example, case in point, is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has won a league MVP 3 or 4 times in the National Football League. Aaron Rodgers has been to several conference championship games. Aaron Rodgers is destined for the Hall of Fame. Aaron Rodgers won 1 Super Bowl and has appeared in 1 Super Bowl and hasn't been to the Super Bowl since 2010. And look at how people are talking about him. Why?
This dude is so full of himself he couldn't even admit that he was wrong or that he was simply clout chasing for views like he usually does. But I do believe it's time for more of his coworkers to start calling him out on his BS more often. This is the end of this video, guys. Be sure to let me down in the comments. What do you think? Was Stephen A right? Is one ring enough for Giannis, or was he just speaking nonsense for views? Don't forget to like, subscribe, check out my other videos. Thanks for watching. Peace.